Welcome back, Z Freaks. I want to revisit a deck that I really enjoyed back in the beta, Budget White Mid-Range Control. It uses Holy as a draw engine and sets up a strong wall while removing the opponent's threats, eventually crushing them with card advantage until the opponent doesn't have enough cards to defend. Now let's take a look at the list. I got this from Gamewith again, and they updated the list of budget decks. I know this deck was pretty nice a few metas ago, so I was interested to see if it could still hold up since the game is a lot faster now. Well, I gotta say that this deck is probably better for lower ranks, and you should try to update it for Master and Legend, but that's okay. If you're looking for a white deck to start the game off with, or mess around with white cards, then this is a good starting point. Now here's a tip for free-to-play or budget players. In digital card games where your resources are limited, if you're building a budget deck, you want to focus on getting cards that can be used in other decks as well. As you can see, there are no legends in this deck, so it's pretty easy to assemble. You need about 10,000 spirit to make this. If you don't know what spirit is, it's a resource used to craft cards, and you gain spirit from breaking cards. Click the icon in the upper right corner for a video where I go into detail on spirit and how to get a lot of it to make a strong deck when you first get started. Most of your spirit in this deck will be used on the epic cards, and these cards are also found in other white decks, so you won't really be wasting your spirit on these cards just for one deck, which is a good investment. Now, like I said before, this is a mid-range control deck that likes to play slowly and overtake your opponent in the late game. Holy Knight of Sanctity in this deck is its primary draw engine, and netting you an additional card each turn since we run the Sphinx Force. The Sphinx Force is also really good since it protects everything in our deck except for our boss monster, which has some built-in protection. The Water Carrier Deity Aqua Elysion is this deck's boss monster. It has cost reduction white, which lets it come out for a little bit less than 7 mana, which is nice. And it also prevents your opponent's 5 cost or less minions from restanding, which helps you win stalemates. He's also unable to be selected by your opponent's magic during your turn, making him a great way to close out the game. If you're worried about him being removed, we run a copy of Mega Bison, which will prevent him from being destroyed altogether. This card's pretty amazing. Now let's take a look at Moonlight Baron. He's an epic card that's pretty strong, and he can be used in any white deck, so it's a good investment. He's a lot better in his respective deck, but he suffices here as well. Now, Northern Beard, which is a minion you get for playing Moonlight Baron in your base, he's neat. He's mostly used for cost reduction and to create cores. The next one is the Moonlight Dragon Seagworm, and he helps during the middle of the game. He can be hard to get past, but honestly I mostly use him so they kill him instead of Holy. I'm sorry, dude. The last one he makes is the Moonlight Deity Lunatic Strikeworm, and he's another boss monster from this deck. He'll switch to active whenever your opponent attacks, and if he receives a boost from Mega Bison, he's impossible to remove. During the mid game, you want to set up a wall to protect your life and forces. Straybot is great with Sphinx and gets even better after tonight's update. D13 Holy Quaid really helps with the wall. During your opponent's turn, all your mans gain 200 BP, and he also has Resurge if you need to attack with it. White Falcon is a great card for a budget deck like this. White has a hard time dealing with low cost minions, and this White Falcon can swoop in and block during your opponent's turn. With cards like Holy Quaid buffing it, it does a great job at handling the low cost minions while you remove the high cost minions with magic. So let's take a look at the magic, shall we? Reactor Shield doesn't get enough love, probably because you can't use it by itself, but it is a very great card early game, and I think people just forgot that this card exists. Obliteration Beam is kind of a white staple. For a measly 3 mana, you can destroy anything that costs 5 or more. That's very good value here. X Cannon is a card you shouldn't be afraid to craft if you like white. It's very strong. 6 mana lets you banish any of your opponent's minions. Banish is the best form of removal since it will not trigger when destroyed abilities, and you can't retrieve banished cards. And lastly is Data Analysis, another solid white epic card. This one also banishes, but only hits cost 5 or higher. Not only that, but it banishes cards in your opponent's deck with the same cost as the card banished. If used properly, you can entirely remove an opponent's win conditions from their deck. Alright, I hope I explained the deck well enough. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment, and also hit that subscribe button for me. It'll really help me out if you do. Now let's get into some gameplay with the deck. We're going to get a shot fired today. Let's go.
私がついているから何も心配しなくていいのよ。いたずらっ子にはお仕置きが必要かしら。ふざけんな。
Okay. So starting off, we have Holly, which is good. Definitely want to keep Holly. We have a 1 and a 2 drop, and I have a card that I can use on the flash phase. I would keep this hand, but it's telling me to send back maintenance and Jin. So I'm gonna give it a shot. See what we get. Okay, I'm okay. So I'm okay with that. You don't really need too many Jin. I think that card's a little underwhelming, or maybe it's just not super powerful in this deck. Jin's definitely one of the weaker evokers from Forbidden, in my opinion. But its effects are still decent and usable. Okay. Straybot was a good draw, but we're going against white, so Straybot's probably not going to be too useful in this matchup. So I'm going to summon King Swan. This is going to turn my mana into a core, which I can use later. And yeah, let's swing at the Phoenix Force. If they don't have Phoenix, it'll make it a lot harder for them to interact with us on our turn, because they're going to be wanting to play their cards on their turn and be unable to defend. Alright. Yes, do that because I want to play Holly. Here's where card advantage is important. Let's see. They have 6 cards in their hand and none on the field, giving them a total of 6. I have 5 in my hand and 1 on the field, giving me a total of 6. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to go up to 7. I'm going to have card advantage on them. Boom. Now they're going to go up to 7. They're going to play a card and might go down to 6. Now they're at 7 still. Okay. So, Obliteration Beam, my 1 card for his 1 card. That puts me at 6 to his 6. So with this Holly on in play, and it's going to keep drawing me cards every turn, eventually I'll gain so many cards over my opponent that they won't be able to come back. I hope that's how it ends up anyway. So they're telling me to summon Northern Beard, and I guess I could. Why not? Let's see. Okay. The only reason why I'm doing this is to see if we get any removal. What do you got? Obliteration Beam. Cool. They took out my Holly with that, and that's fine. The only reason I did that is because I have another Holly. If I didn't, I definitely wouldn't have played that. You're gonna hit it with that Defrost too. Nah, I want that Pegasus. I want that Phoenix. Yeah, got Resurge. Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, yeah. I'll just go ahead and summon Northern Beard too. Alright. Holly, give me another card. Yeah. Nice. Uh-oh. I don't like that. They're ramping up, so I got a lot of cards on them. Do I want to expose my Holly to removal? Sure, because let's see. Oh boy, what is that? Oh, that's not good. Well, I'm not giving up my Holly that easy. Beam Smasher. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, I was just thinking about giving him a core too, Mandela. Alright, see, they're running out of cards. They haven't found any draw engine yet, or any way to draw more cards. Oh boy, they got their 9 cost though. Oh, yeah, let's practice here. See, here's the thing. I want to use one card to take out their one card while I keep drawing cards, right? If this keeps happening, they're going to eventually run out of cards and I'll be able to take the game over. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that just because. Played. Well, if he has X cannon, then if he has X cannon, I might be screwed. But they don't have it. They would have used it on Holy. Alright. Here, I'm not gonna attack the Phoenix Force because I don't want to give him any more cards. If I was able to get rid of it earlier, then yeah, I would have. But now that they're struggling to find cards, I don't want to give them any more. That might be conceding. The AI does really weird things when they've, admit defeat. Let's see here. Holy coming on. So I hope that this is a good game that goes to show how important card advantage is. It has cost reduction. I might as well summon Ego Abagi. Yeah, I got one left over. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the BP and Resurge. He obviously doesn't need Resurge because he's better than Resurge. Now Sphinx is really good at protecting Holy, but it is not good at protecting our boss monsters, unfortunately. What's he gonna get with Lolo? He's already got him. Okay. I guess they just didn't find what they needed this game. I don't know. And maybe they didn't find what they needed because, yeah, maybe they didn't find what they needed because they weren't drawing enough cards. And I've been drawing cards since I got Holy out. So like, my field is full. My field is full now. I got a full grip of cards in my hand. That's all thanks to Holy. She's been loading me up. Don't know what that's going to base for. That needs to be on the field. So you can summon Holy Queen. Yeah, sure, why not? Just to get the next spell. Okay. X cannon. With 4 mana, he's not going to be able to summon anything, especially after I remove his field, so he won't have that cost reduction. Holy block. So it's pretty funny that this budget deck just beat this non-budget deck. To be fair, they didn't draw, I guess, the cards they needed, but still goes to show that you can get wins with the budget deck. Todomeda. And this card, once again, is really good because it can't be targeted by opponent's magic on your turn. So, that is that. GG. Let's see if I got the same luck in the next game. Alright, looks like we're playing against Yaka from Brazil. I wonder if that's supposed to be a joke or something. Well, we're in the machinist area, so I could be going against white again, but whenever I see Kieran Phoenix, I always think red battle spirits. They're telling me to send Holy back, and there's no chance. Sorry. Probably should have, but you know, I love Holy. That's like the cutest card in all those Zenonzard. Yeah, let's red battle spirits. Let's see how we do. Sure. Oh, here's hoping I don't get beat up. Uh-oh. Yikes. I was expecting my force to go down, not to take 2 on the second turn. Okay, Stray Bot's a good card. Now, this is before the July 30th balance pack. So I want to show you why Stray Bot is a good counter to golems, but why it's also a not good counter to golems before the update. 100% guarantee he's going to use a spell to kill this for 2 mana. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. Okay, next turn he probably will. Okay, holy baby. I guess that's... Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, what? Oh, this man he has to have... I promise they don't know what this card does. Oh, maybe they do. Not gonna remove it just yet. You know what? I am gonna remove it because I have another Beam Smasher in my hand, and if he plays Nova, I don't want him to wipe my field. I'm gonna pop it. Alrighty, cool. If he has Nova, he just has Nova. Oh, he doesn't have it. I guess his AI has never seen a Stray Bot before. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you. To the people watching this video, I promise this wasn't staged. I just think that the person who I'm fighting against, their AI literally doesn't know what Stray Bot's ability is. Because that entire turn should not have happened. Alright. No. Okay, give that some power. And yes, I'm going to... Right now I'm going to end my turn. Because I want to go for face. Sure. Nova isn't as scary when you have the Sphinx Force, so I get rid of the Dusker. And I don't have mana for anything else, I might as well go ahead and hit the maintenance. Well, there's my third one. Let's get some use out of Hogan. I probably should have blocked with Northern Bear too. Let's get that core. Wow, there's no Battle Spirits card gonna drop.
召喚だ。ターンエンドだ。
つまらない戦い方はやめてちょうだい。無色マナを配置してはどうかしら。マナをセットするわ。
Rank 43, level 72. I don't know, man. Okay, so this can't be selected by magic, so I don't have to worry about it getting hit with a Megaton Hammer or a Sagitta Swing.
残念だったわね。
But with this one, I do.
優しくしてあげる。
So that's okay. I feel like if they had a Megaton Hammer, they would have used it on my stray
この
bot.
マナの加護をこちらのミニオンにつけてはどうかしら。
Yeah. That'll get it out of Megaton Hammer range anyway. And play another Holy. No more
こ
cards.
ちらのフォースにアタックしてはどうかしら。
There's really no point of attacking that force. I'm just gonna pass.
もっと大胆になってもいいのよ。
Cool. So Holy's keeping my hand full.
マナを配置したぞ。こいつを使うぞ。
Full of answers to deal with these cards.
ミニオン召喚だ。一旦さ来い。
Okay, so they have no cards.
つまらない戦い方はやめてちょうだい。
Analysis.
このカードをベースに配置し、これでどうかしら。
Where is
ライフ
it?
にアタックしてはどうかしら。優しくしてあげる。このカードを使用してはいか
X
が？
cannon. I don't think that's necessary. I don't need to rush anything. Like I have the advantage, and it's gonna be really hard for him to keep
ラ
up.
イフにアタックしてはどうかしら。優しくしてあげる。
I guess I'm just having good luck today.
ライフにアタックしてはどうか。優しくしてあげる。
Because that
このカードを
was
使用
crazy.
してはいかが？狙いなさい。このミニオンをベースへ移動しま
No,
しょう。
he can stay there, but he can get resurge.
このミニオンを
And
ベ
he
ースへ移
can
動しま
also
しょう。
get
マジック発動。
Thunder Power.
このカードを使用してはいかが？
Alright, I actually am going to move Holly to the base so I don't deck out.
このカードを使用してはいかが？
I'll summon.
ミニオン召喚よ。ターンエンドで構わないけど、大体しっかり守ってちょうだい。
覚悟はできてる。マナを配置したぞ。ここだ。行くぜ。
このカードを使用してはいかが？
I'm glad I boosted the strip out with
こ
the
の
core.
ミニオンでブロックしてみたら？
状況だな。行くぜ。
このカードを使用してはいかが？
状況だな。行くぜ。
パスしても構わないんじゃないかしら。このミニオンでブロックしてみたら？このマナを選択してはいかが？運がなかったわね。
ターンエンドだ。
つまらない戦い方はやめてちょうだい。優しくしてあげる。このカードを使用してはいかが？まだよ。
まだいけるか。
このミニオンを選択。運がなかった。
Yeah, not much to say about this game.
狙いなさい。
俺が負けた。
Let's try one more, I guess. Alright, Nova G, let's go. Once again, I am not sending Holy back. I got Mega Bison this time, that's cool. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, send these two back. Let's see what we get.
決まりね。
Alright.
ゲームを始めましょう。
Yeah, not
計
bad, I
算通りね。
guess.
熱い戦いになりそうね。無色マナを配置して
Neutral
マナをセット。
mana.
このミニオン
And the reason why I want to play neutral mana is because this deck doesn't need cores,
ターンエンドよ。
but
私のターンです。
they're still good to have. As you can see last
お
game,
願いします。
I used that core to make my stray bot stronger.
お手並み拝見ね。無色マナを配置してはどうかしら。
I don't know about that this time, Chief.
これでどうかしら。このミニオンをベースこのミニオンを召喚してみ。ミニオン召喚よ。このミニオンを
I would summon Northern Beard, but I'm not trying to get Sagita Flame. I'm gonna trust your advice. Maybe she's telling me to summon it because they don't have Sagita Flame. Oh, okay.
お手並み拝見ね。無色マナを配置してはどうかしら。順調ね。マナを温存して、ここはターンエンドにしましょう。こちらへいらっしゃい。ターンエンドで構わないと思うわ。
Okay. I am going to pass. I just want to have minions lined up for whatever. That sucks. Okay, that sucks too. That doesn't seem worth it. That just doesn't seem worth it. Not yet, anyway. Hopefully they don't destroy my holy.
このミニオンを召喚してみましょう。ミニオン召喚よ。このミニオンをベースへ移動し、仕切りのこちらのフォースにアタックしてはどうかしら。
No, I can't risk getting hit with a Megatar Hammer. I need the card draw so bad. Because as you can see, compared to my opponent, they have so many more cards than I do. So they're about to play something heavy now. X-Cannon? I'd much rather, well, yeah. It's not forcing me to block, that's tough. Yeah, see, they had the Megaton Hammer. So they have a lot of cards in this game and I don't, so typically when one player has such an advantage over another, they end up winning. And that's what we're supposed to do with this deck, but it's just not working out that way right now. Attack the force, why? Alright. No. We're just taking the L here. Okay. Yep, there's the Supernova. Beam Smash. Why that one? I don't like Supernova at all. I don't think there'll be any way for me to turn this around. Definitely Jin. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because I don't have Phoenix anymore, so I need to make the most of my mana on my opponent's turn while I still have it. Oh yeah, and also shut that off. Cool. Alright, let me draw a Holy, and then you just have no more removal spells. Ooh, that was a good draw. This. And put Mega Bison on him. Let's see if we can make a comeback with this. Oh, nope. I'm playing the Yashio. Have to block. Okay, I just leave. Okay, well, this game, my opponent just had everything. this game compared to the last game where they had nothing. So I guess that's an interesting like polar opposite game. It was the same deck, but yeah, I let it last just had such good luck against me for some reason. But I hope everyone enjoyed this showcase of Gamewith's budget white deck. I had a lot of fun, and it should get you some decent results if you're in the lower ranks or if you want to test out the white cards. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Later.